ABC, DOG. Get the lines straight if you want a good grade. Spell the word correctly. Use proper punctuation. That's how to write. Learn how to handle a wiggle stick. Indent your paragraphs. Now, that's writing. But, what's the use of learning such a picky, tiresome craft if you have nothing to say? We want our children to be good writers, and so we begin right away with pencil training and all that it entails. But we should ask ourselves, what is it that writers actually do, and how can I teach that? Working writers who understand and practice their art form, in other words, literary artists, certainly do use pencils, and they type at keyboards, and they check their spelling and apply rules of grammar in order to fashion well-built sentences. But they are not typists. They are not grammarians. These technical skills are simply means to an end. Writers also investigate the world and respond with fresh ideas. They use their imaginations to create new experiences, new works of art. They present their creations to the world through activities that we call publication. The excitement of this aspect of their work keeps them focused on the sometimes dreary tasks of typing, correcting, proofreading, the pencil skills. How can we teach the mind skills of a writer so that our students will be similarly excited to learn the pencil skills? What are those mind skills? Those questions launched a project called Writing Without Pencils during the 2008-2009 school year. 15 public school teachers in kindergarten and first grade agreed to come together to create new lesson plans based on the mind skills of writing. Each agreed to invent and classroom test 2 new strategies for instruction in early education. They began by workshopping under the direction of professional writer Paul Wood, who has 30 years' experience as a writing teacher. Paul proposed and demonstrated 4 of these mind skills, and these provided the basic structure of the project. Here they are. Choosing. As artists, writers choose their own images, ideas, words in situations where there is no right or wrong answer. How often do we ask our children to make their own choices, and then to make something original from the elements they have chosen? In Jennifer MD's classroom, kindergarten students choose a picture, then use that picture to invent a story. Lisa Yagi's students go from picture to story too. They then go to free-form drawing as a way of developing their ideas.
We're not at the point of writing yet, so they got out their journals and they drew out their endings. And if they needed help, they got teachers' help and started spelling out some ideas of their picture. This boy said that his ending of his story was about the house burning and the people having a party. So he went up to Mr. Wood and got "the house got burned." And that's how they start off their writing process. First through illustrations and then seeking help and getting the text.
Bryn Carey has found a way to use musical instruments and students' questions to trigger imaginative choices. Wondering. Writers are awake to the world, wondering about it, asking questions. The skill of asking good questions and holding focus so that one question leads to another, this skill can be taught. Sherry Okada found a way to tap that sense of wonder using the natural mystery of eggs. Responding. Curiosity without active response is paralyzing. Writers put the messages of experience of the natural world into their own terms. They make stories from what they know, and they give voice to the voiceless. Debbie Hisashima brings live hermit crabs into her first grade classroom. The students ask questions of the shy creatures, then write the crab's answers to those questions. Those questions and answers become free-form group poems. Publishing. The culmination of every complete writing act is publishing, sharing the work with an audience or with readers. Publishing, or making public, can be done as simply as out loud performance, so oral performance skills are a vital part of writing instruction. Lin Liu weaves publishing into every aspect of a group role-playing process, using telephones, large flyers with messages to be posted around town, and especially puppets.
When you said writing, without pencils, a lot of it is building on ideas. And for them to articulate and say their ideas and have their imagination just go wild, that is part of the whole creation of a story. And that with first graders, writing sentences, having the syntax and the punctuation, it really is challenging. So with this kind of program where there's so much discussion and active participation, it makes it so fun.
The results of these teachers' experiments, results that are still works in progress, are published in the first Writing Without Pencils curriculum guide, which is itself a work in progress. This work was done in Hawaii, on the island of Maui. Until the early 1800s and the arrival of missionaries from New England, the people of Hawaii had no pencils. They had no alphabet. And yet they created one of the most beautiful, most subtle, most poetic literatures in the history of the human race. Instead of pencils, they used, and still use, gesture and chant. The technology of writing changes, but the fundamentals of imaginative self-expression persist. These fundamentals, too, can be taught.
I can see this being a part of my curriculum for years to come. It broadens the children's imagination and gives them the opportunity to voice themselves out on paper, even if they are unable to write yet.